Power 88.3, that is the sounds of Jay-Z featuring Kanye West in Paris. Welcome everybody to the podcast right now. It is the Power 88.3, the first one for 2021, and shared with us this morning is the team from Awhina School. Kia ora!
Kia ora, kia ora.
Wow, they're all there. Introduce yourselves first so everybody can see who you are on the podcast.
Oh, I'm Zane.
Which one? This your camera up here. Okay, so first off, that's your camera up there. So you can just look up there and just say who you are.
Oh, I'm Zane. Me. That's me.
I'm Lennox.
I'm Kahu.
So Zane, Lennox, and Kahu are from Awhina School. What's Awhina School? So that people can they know where you guys are from.
Oh, it's like a
It's like a transitioning school back, so you can go back into the school you just came from.
Wicked. That's awesome. All right. So first off, thank you guys for coming in today. We are going to be talking more about their homework that they were tasked with last week. What was your homework?
Unsolved mystery that's been solved.
An unsolved mystery that was solved. Okay. So, how hard was it during the week to get your information for your story?
well, sometimes we were looking and we couldn't find anything, and then sometimes we forgot about it. And then we just looked for one all this morning, and then we cracked one. Yeah.
Did you have like any issues around like coming to a decision on what you were gonna do?
Yeah.
Took us a while.
Lennox, how did you handle like debates among yourselves?
I like the phrase said, we forgot, but hey, we still got it done.
All right. So they're very quiet. They're very nervous. Are you nervous?
Nah, not at all.
Don't be nervous. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Okay. You're just representing Awhina School. That's all. You got it. Okay. And everyone else. Actually, yep. All youth. Anyway, so before we get into the story, why did you choose this particular story?
Because it was interesting.
What part of it was interesting? Without giving it away, because everybody's watching the stream right now. Without giving it away, what was interesting about it?
How he wakes up in the morning and what he does.
Well, if that's not a prelude to what we're going to hear, that'd be great. Okay, so first, so you guys go ahead, tell me your story, and then I'll go after you with my story. But I'll have questions for you after it too.
Alright, so started. Margot Freshwater, a babysitter from Ohio, landed in prison for murder, but soon escaped with another inmate, fleeing for life as a fugitive. Freshwater sought help from a lawyer called Glenn Nash to get her boyfriend out of jail, and the two soon began an affair. They went on a crime spree of their own, starting with the murder of a liquor store cashier and ending the killing of a cab driver. The couple was charged with murder, but Nash was ruled insane and sent to a mental hospital, while Freshwater stood trial and was sent to prison. She later vanished again with no leads to where she was hiding. Freshwater was eventually arrested after living under a different name, Tanya, and with her own family that was unaware of her past, she was taken back to prison, served her time, and has since been released.
True. Is this all one story, or are these all different stories?
No, these are different stories.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, give me the story of what you just read.
So basically,
How would you explain it to me if I didn't know what you're talking about? How would you explain it?
I'd probably say there was a couple, and then like they're both killers, and the man he murdered people and he got sent to prison, and then the lady was murdering people, and then she tried to get him out so she could start doing more murders with him, and then once he got out, they started going on a killing spree and started just going after people. And then she killed a taxi person and a liquor store cashier.
And that was it, and that's how she was caught.
Oh well, she wasn't caught. They found. Oh, that doesn't say how they found out, but they like she changed her name and she was living a life, and they didn't know who she was, so she could have been anywhere, like. And then,
so she escaped.
Yeah.
She escaped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So she escaped prison.
Yeah.
And the police
Never
there was
found
no
her.
leads or anything, and then she was living like a different life with a different name, and her family didn't even know that she had murdered anybody. And,
wow.
Yeah.
True.
And then the police somehow
Figured it out was her.
Yeah, her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wicked. Alright, bro, what's your story?
Oh, it's a story about in 1992.
It's talking to the mic.
Oh, do I start now?
Yep.
In 1992, a man named Perry wandered into a shelter with only $17 and could not recall anything about his past. But he is known his name from a library card and thought he had some vague memories of San Diego after months. Doctors could not find any reason for his memory loss, but guessed he was suffering from trauma-induced amnesia. Later, when he unsolved mysteries, showed Perry some sketches from a police sketch artist. A drawing of a woman who may have worked with Perry cracked the case. The woman, a former co-worker of Perry's named Carol, called in the unsolved mysteries and confirmed she had worked with him. The clue helped piece together his past, reuniting Perry with his family and identity.
Wow. So, hold on. So, give us that story in a nutshell. What happened?
So Perry lost all his memory loss.
Yeah.
And the doctors are trying to help him find his memory back. One wondered how he lost it and stuff. But yeah.
And how did they find out? How did he find out who he was?
It doesn't say. It doesn't even say that he found out who he was, but they just showed him some sketches from police sketch artists and drawing of the woman and stuff. And yeah.
And who was the woman?
Carol.
Yeah, who was she to him?
His co-worker.
Oh, true. True, and that's how he made the connection.
Yeah.
True, mean. Alright, bro, you one.
Check.
And then I'll do my one after this.
These two.
Pull your mic up, bro. Straight up to your face, yeah.
After two teenagers discovered a body by the side of the road in Kentucky, the county coroner later determined that it was a 40-year-old woman who was eventually identified as Nancy Daddiesman, a 42-year-old who had disappeared 2 years earlier after losing custody of her children. She headed to Kentucky to start over after her divorce, but was never heard from again when her car broke down on the side of the road. 10 years after her death, investigators cracked the case. David M. Bell, an inmate who was already serving time for a murder, confessed to killing Nancy. To Bell, said he was high on meth at the time and picked her up in his car, beating her and stabbing her, then dumping her by the side of the road. He is currently serving a 65-year sentence for the first murder he committed.
So, if you could explain it to me in a nutshell, what would that be about?
A lady feeling sad because of her divorce.
And what does she do?
I think she ran away.
And what happened?
When she ran away, I think she seen her Nancy, and then and I think Nancy was high on meth
Yeah.
at the time, and
Yep.
picked her up, and then started stabbing her, and then dumped her on the side of the road.
Damn.
Yeah, that's ratchet.
Damn. Like, you guys bringing those hardcore stories.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so that's our stories for this week.
That's me. Man.
All right, so your homework for next week is another podcast.
Hey.
Yeah.
What is your favorite subject you like talking about that you can say on the radio?
I like to play games,
What sort of games?
like Fortnite.
Okay, Fortnite. You? What do you like to do in your own time?
Yeah, I like the jam GBA.
Grand Theft Auto? What about you?
I like listening to music and like trying to freestyle in that.
Okay, so next week, you all have to bring in information about what you have just said. Fortnite, why you like Fortnite. I'll send a list of questions for you to answer to Matua Cairo, and you'll have to answer that during the week. Why do you like Fortnite?
I know, I want to do music like a bird too.
Now, you just chose your one. Grand Theft Auto and music. All right. Well, good. So that's your homework for next week, and when I come back, we're going to talk about that. The main thing I want to impress on you for next week is you have to ask more questions. Okay.
Very good.
That's all right.
All good. Yeah.
They seem hot. It's very hot in here. Okay, Fano, we're out. Let's go to some music.
Later, Fano.
Bye, Fano. That's the podcast.
Yeah.
Over and done with.
Great, guys.
Oh.
No, good work.